It's Weekend Deal, and it's always a pleasure to have your company on the show, especially in this new year, 2022. We did it together yesterday, and it was super fantastic because you made the time to spend the better part of the New Year celebration with us. Of course, you toured the world with us, but we began from Abuja, showing you the fireworks that heralded 2022. In spite of whatever odds we saw or endured, or traveled through in 2021, it is expected that you awaken to 2022 with excitement, enthusiasm, joy, because things can start afresh, especially with the right attitude, an attitude of unrelenting commitment and focus and determination to any task that you undertake. Always give it your best effort. And who knows, if we all do that, I can tell you that the best outcomes will be the result. So when it was Christmas, 26th was Boxing Day. Yesterday was New Year. So what is today? Just January 2nd. And we're great to have your company on the show. My name is Thelma Obaze. I don't know all your names, but we can assure you that you will have a great time when you stay with Weekend Deal this day. Don't forget, our program is interactive. Send us messages. What are your aspirations, your goals, your plans for 2022? Well, as you mull on that and begin to send in messages, let's spend some time with Francis. He's going to be talking about health, education, some information from the extractive industry, and lots more with our overview.
Year in, year out, the needs of Nigerians practically remains the same. Provision of basic amenities by their elected officials, infrastructural development across board, ensuring a favorable business environment and adequate security, among others. How did we fare in the power sector?
2021 has seen a remarkable improvement in the power sector. Energy generation has risen to well over 5,000, and it appears as if more homes have been metered, and it is only by metering that the federal government or private investors can recoup their money. For me, so much improvement in that sector, but a lot more needs to be done.
Power sector in 2021, we are not there. Why should we be going through this when we have all it takes to run the power sector efficiently in this country? We have the raw material. What does it take? Is it coal driven? We have enough coal. Is it oil and gas? Is it what? What does it take to make this sector work? We have it. There are countries that don't even have the money, and their systems are working. Why is it difficult that in Nigeria, in this time and age, we are still struggling with steady power supply? And we know that this is the life of every economy, health, whatever.
Transport is vital to any society. The strategic importance cannot be underestimated, as products and services must reach their final consumers. What should Nigerians expect from the sector in 2022?
We've seen tremendous improvement in the carriages, the trains that have been imported into the country. We've seen proper management, the ticketing, even though there are a lot of hiccups here and there. But we've seen that the modern way of train transportation that this transport sector has been able to deploy to Nigerian consumers is akin to what we have at the airports. By and large, that sector, to our mind, has fared very well in 2021.
According to reports, Nigeria's current education system is marred by dilapidated structures and under-equipment of existing infrastructures, which could be remedied with adequate capital investment. Consequently, in July 2021, President Muhammadu Buhari promised to increase the budgetary allocation to education by 50% in 2023. How far will this go?
The education sector is poorly managed. It appears as if by the day that sector is dwindling. We've seen increase in, let me use the word proliferation of universities in this country. We don't need that. The few we have, we should equip them with manpower, with adequate technology, and ensure that we bring out the best brain. Out of the 1,000 best universities in Nigeria, in the world, no Nigerian university is among them. It's a big shame.
Nigeria is Africa's largest producer of oil and the 13th largest oil-producing country in the world. Also, Nigeria is richly endowed with various types of mineral resources. Notwithstanding, how did the extractive industry perform in 2021?
I don't want to say that we've done very well because there are a whole lot of gaps which are yet to be closed. Gas flares. We are not yet there. We have not been able to domesticate that stewardship in Nigeria. Of course, you know that if this sector is properly harnessed, it should compete, if not surpass, the earnings of the oil and gas sector. Because come to think of it, there is no state in this country that is not endowed with one or two or more natural resources in very huge commercial quantity. The deposits are huge and are everywhere.
One of the biggest companies that we expected to have made some income for the country, the Abuja Steel Rolling Mill, is still neither here nor there. But we know for sure that the federal government has diversified from just oil to other solid minerals. And so we think that the government has tried to rejig that sector. In the years ahead, we hope that they will put their assets together and bring in the required manpower to ensure that whatever we did wrong in 2021 is gotten right in 2022.
The responsibility of nation building is not for government alone. All hands must be on deck towards making Nigeria greater and better in 2022.
I really want to see change in regulatory compliance. I want to see the Inspectorate of Mines and Steel Development getting more into the fields to make sure that whoever comes in to do business here, be it a foreign investor or indigenous investor, does not do that at the expense of interests of government, economics, and health.
For me, 2022, Nigeria should be ready to change their attitude towards issues that directly affect them in terms of how they perceive the government, how they perceive their country. Also, in terms of security, everyone has to become a security personnel to himself.
Our focus on Weekend Deal today will be a review of 2021. What were the success stories? What were the challenges? And what areas do we need to improve upon?
Yes, this Weekend Deal, Francis touched on so many areas: transportation, power, health, education, the extractive industry, also, most importantly, our attitude as Nigerians. It's very important to have excellent followership, especially when you're looking forward to excellent leadership. So let that be one of the most important things that we'll take seriously this 2022, have the right attitude. Let's share some of your messages. We thank you so much for being a part of the show. The number is also available, so reach out if you haven't done so already. Yesterday, many of our friends sent in messages, and they are doing just the same today. Yesterday, we had the pleasure to talk with Dr. Umar Bendi, who is Special Assistant to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also the National Coordinator of National Social Investment Programme. He spoke at length about many issues that concern Nigeria and its citizens. But there's one message that I'm taking away, I also want to share with us. Francis also mentioned it just a few seconds ago, that security is not just the business of the armed forces or of government alone. We all have a role to play. When you see something, share something, say something. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much from Shedrack Agefo. And he says that he's wishing NTA all the best in 2022. More New Year messages coming our way. We thank you. We thank someone is telling us here, but you tell us your name. You said you and your family never ever miss weekend deal. But you said you're expecting your Christmas gift. Perhaps you should send something in for us too. We shared all our cakes with you. Didn't you get yours? Okay. More messages here. Someone is saying here that, just like what we said, Mr. Shedrack is saying that security is everybody's business, and that it was great listening to Dr. Umar Bender. Abdul Karim, you didn't tell us where you are reaching us from, but you said you thank Mr. President for what he has done in Zamfara State so far, but you pray that more will be done in 2022. Okay, Akinola Olola Day from Ilorin, Kwara State. You're wishing us a happy new year. You also say that you said most social intervention programs introduced by government will work, but it depends on how effective the implementation continues to be. Yes, we need to be diligent, those who are implementing and also those who are receiving. Okay, Kabir Harande from Zaria says, may God bless Nigeria with health, peace, unity, and progress in spite of some of the challenges that travail us at this time. Okay, Ololade is talking about, Kabir says everyone should take their COVID-19 vaccines because it's a tool to end the pandemic. Thank you for that reminder. And also, as you move around in your vicinity, in your community, once you step out of your home, wear your mask, maintain all safety protocols and measures, use your sanitizer, wash your hands often, maintain distance, okay? Maintain some distance from people, whether you're a pedestrian, whether you're in a vehicle. Okay, let me take this last message, perhaps before we launch the next program. Someone is just saying Happy New Year. Please, we want to hear from you, but when you reach out to us, let us know who you are and where you are reaching out to us from. Perhaps your state, your community, and what is happening there. What is happening with you this year? What are your plans? What are your aspirations? Please share them with us. Hamza Halilu is saying hello and good morning from Kogi. Hamza, what are your plans for this year? Okay, your program is really interesting. Thank you. But can we get to know you and where you are reaching out to us from? Oyekachi is reaching out to us from Abuja, and he says that he loves NTA. Thank you, Oyekachi. He says it's his favorite channel, and he says that all through the festive season, he watched NTA and he had a great time. And he's also learning how to utilize some skills he has learned to solve the challenge of unemployment. Thank you, Oyekachi. That's excellent feedback. You make us want to do even more. I know my producer, Suleiman Bajia Usman, and the entire production crew, NL Nobu and the rest. Francis also is there. Alex Omanchi is also here. I know that they are working assiduously to ensure that they give you more. Engineer Vivian, yeah, okay, yeah. She said the engineers, they're all hands on deck too to ensure that you have a clear pictures as you enjoy our programs. Thank you so much. Okay, Shola Kanike from Ilorin says Happy New Year to us. It says the breakthrough year, this 2022, talking about wealth, good health, long life, happiness, satisfaction, and Allah's everlasting favor in everything that we do. Okay, fellow Nigerians must work together to promote peace and unity in Nigeria. Thank you very much. You reached us all the way from Ilorin. I'll take one more message. Okay, from Basharu Sule from Taraba State. He says, Happy New Year, and he wishes NTA and indeed all Nigerians all the best. Yes, we want to get more messages from you. What are your plans? Ekachi is telling us that he's learning about using his skills to promote and improve the lives of others. What about you? What are you learning this year? In the meantime, we journey to Lagos, to NTA Lagos, where they share with us events that shaped Lagos in 2021.
Due to the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic and the #EndSARS protest that had a huge economic impact on Lagos State as a whole in 2021, the Lagos State Governor and his technocrats came up with a budget for the year 2021 tagged a budget of rekindled hope that sought to strengthen partnership between the three tiers of government, attract private partnership, and to upgrade, maintain the state's infrastructure.
The team's agenda is the six-pillar development plan that Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu administration developed even before it came into office. So by the time it came into office, it started implementing this agenda. The first one being traffic management and transportation. And you can see that traffic is flowing better than it used to be now. Look at the junction improvement project, for example, under which at least 6 roundabouts were remodeled. And environment, if you look at environment, we have built a new drainage. We built many drains to ensure that the kind of flooding that we saw in all parts of the world this year is as if it didn't happen in Lagos. We didn't lose people, we didn't lose property as it used to happen, and as it's happened in so many parts of Europe and America.
Despite the harsh realities, the private sector, which is the largest employer of labor, was able to weather the storm in the year 2021.
If you go along the waterways now, a lot of business is going on around there. A lot of business from Lekki down to Badagry. You see so many jetty along the waterways. And you know what this means? This is employment.
With the lingering challenges of COVID-19 affecting businesses globally, it is still a struggle to address some key issues, posing some hindrances to the Lagos state economy.
Lagos is host to about 80% of international trade. When talking about merchandise trade. So the pressure on Lagos ports was quite immense, and that affected the flow of trade. It affected the cost of clearance of cargo, the timing, the congestion, and all of that.
We all know that the private sector did well. So many jobs, so many new jobs were created, although most of the jobs that were lost during the pandemic are yet to be fully recovered. But be that as it may, at least employment opportunity were still created, job opportunity were still created, people were still being employed, new startups came up in the fintech area and also in SMEs generally.
As the economic hub of Lagos, what are the landmarks of the state?
Lagos is the heart of Africa in entertainment. Most of the big stars are here, and most of the facilities that are big in that sector, they are here. If you look at manufacturing, Lagos is the home of manufacturing in Nigeria. It is the engine room of manufacturing and the engine room of the financial sector in Nigeria. For Lagos, the economy, Nigeria's economy, Lagos is the powerhouse.
What are your projections for the year 2022?
In transportation, in education, like I said, the kind of school that we went to commission at Telemore a few weeks ago, we are going to build more of such schools. More housing projects are coming up. And then, of course, the blue line and the red line, the rail projects, we are going to be pursuing them vigorously. So that by the time we even get to the end of the year, we will have seen that it is possible, it is so clear now that rail will move in Lagos.
As the state strives for excellence in all spheres, it is expected that the year 2022 will present greener opportunities for her citizenry and for the state that has positioned itself as the next agro-based tourism site in Nigeria.
You know, we used to hear it a lot when we were growing up, from relatives, from family, that what doesn't kill you often makes you stronger. We survived 2021 in spite of some challenges, and there's little doubt that if we continue to forge ahead, bring on ingenuity and creativity, we will do even better in 2022. You're watching Weekend Deal. It's time to journey to Kano. What was 2021 like for them over there? Do share.
Undoubtedly, day and night overlap each other to bring about uninterrupted passage of time. Unfolding events are in most cases unstoppable. This indeed is the natural trend we witness in our universe. As humans, we make use of time to construct our world, also utilize time to measure successes or otherwise. The year 2021 is gone. The sweet and bitter experience are only subject of analysis. In Kano State, 2021 was the year characterized with major challenging political issues.
Or what has been happening today, leading to so many factions, and then finally the two factions emerged. They conducted their separate elections of the state chapter of the party, and they now have to be in court to settle who will be recognized.
And honestly, I know that it's effort by quite a number of people, especially those at the National Secretariat of the party, to reconcile. There is a committee which I'm very much aware of that is working day and night to ensure that wherever there are problems, these problems are resolved amicably.
Some people feel that this saga was able to raise political consciousness among followers of different factions, but many believe that this resulted to total setback.
If and only if the politicians decide to accommodate themselves, build bridges, ensure peace on the basis of consensus building, then Kano State will have a peaceful election come 2023.
The aftermath of COVID-19 lockdown, which extended till the outgoing year, brought with it serious economic hardship, and recently issues of inflation confounded the situation.
We face so many challenges with regarding the hike of prices in the market product, and the students are not taking it lightly, because we cannot study the way we used to study before, and then lack of understanding of what the lecturers have taught us in the class.
If the transport, if it's actually at a low cost, why won't I go to take flight, since I'm not having the option of boarding a vehicle? See, because of the kidnapping, I would actually waive the kidnapping, then go take flight if it is affordable. But no, it's not affordable.
Within this period, it has been a relief that Kano is not among states with top crime issues, such as kidnapping. Yet, increasing cases of handset snatching and theft are real sources of great concern.
From the beginning of this year, from 1st January 2021 to date, as the year is coming to an end, we were able to arrest over 1,500 thugs endeavor, and all of them have been investigated and charged to various courts of law in the state.
In the area of sports, a lot of successes have been recorded within the reviewing year, to include first position Savannah Conference Basketball League in Abuja, first position National Under-17 Basketball Championship in Kano, second position National Sports Festival, third position Final Basketball League in Abuja, and BUK female team represented all Nigeria universities in All African University Festival in Ethiopia, among many others.
Thank you for Kano, NTA Kano, great job there. You know, we are still coming together to the center. With the right attitude and the best of intentions for yourself, for your family, and for your neighbor, Nigeria can only be the greatest. And that's what we're aspiring to be in 2022. We've been getting a lot of messages and we thank you. It tells us you're watching, you're participating. Oyenkachi says that all through the Yuletide, he was so enamored with the way NTA celebrated. You know, we had a beautiful cake on Christmas Day. We had another one again yesterday. And we took time to ensure that all those who came to share the love of the season with us got big pieces to take home to their family and their friends. We will continue to share that good feeling all around. After all, that's what we are all about, sharing information, enlightenment, love, all your way. Okay, Iboyi Abdul from Makadi says, NTA is number one, sharing love to Nigerians. He said, please keep it up because above everything, we need love. Thank you, Iboyi Abdul. Okay, he didn't tell us who. Okay, Ungene, where are you reaching us from? He says, a leader is someone in control at any given time. He said, Nigerians, we can't all be leaders, but we should support those who are leading us at any given time. When we show them support, that way they can succeed and work well for us. Musa Nasir Kutepa from Cotton Cafe, Kogi State, wishing us a happy new year. And he shares the governor is doing so well in Kogi State in terms of security, and they look forward to even better in 2022. Interesting. Nice one there. Iyam Selumon from Katsina Allah in Benue State, it says Nigeria is going to be great again and that he loves what the Nigerian Television Authority is doing. You do know that we call ourselves a big family because each person is bringing not just talent but love, sacrifice to the table, as well as talent and skill, and one hand is rubbing many others, and that's how we can work together and stay together, so that when we share our programs with you, you are getting the very best of that excellent combination. Please continue to watch us and share your views. Okay, someone is saying here that he wishes all Nigerians a happy new year, but you're not telling us where you're reaching us from. Okay, Dan Histo from Lagos said his plan is to become a music artist this year, 2022, and that he loves watching NTA because the entertainers that we showcase on NTA often inspire him. Yes, start small, be consistent and relentless, and who knows what this year will usher in for you. Chris is reaching us from Asaba, and he said he loves the Nigerian Television Authority for all the love that we are showing and we are sharing. Isn't that just excellent? Wow, this is great. Thank you. Please continue to share your messages with us, your aspirations, your goals. How was Yuletide at your end? Okay, now we go to Benin City, the heartbeat of the nation, what we call Edo State, where we have vibrant people. They love life, but they also work hard all through the year. What are the events that shaped 2021 in Edo State? Please share.
The year 2021 was an eventful year. A review of some events that shaped Edo State in some sectors comes to mind as Edo citizens take a look at the events that imparted on them.
If we are talking about empowerment, you have about 20 million youths on the streets and you are giving just about 50,000. It's a far cry.
Annually you budget. How do you spend the budget? How is it spent?
Government is doing projects, it's not commissioning them. He believes that commissioning of projects is by the people that you did the project for. You've seen it, they are using the road, they are using the school, they are using the hospital.
The outgone year started with heightened insecurity in the state. What has been done to tackle it?
We cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. unlike in those days when security was thrown to the wind.
Issue of kidnapping, armed robbery, and other social vices has reduced drastically in the state.
In the health sector, efforts were redoubled to contain the COVID-19 pandemic.
We only had one functional isolation facility in the state as at March 2020, and presently now we have 4 established, fully equipped and functional isolation facilities in the state. The main one is the Abuja that has a capacity of about 350 beds.
In the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, the National Sports Festival held in 2021.
That went a long way to boost the morale of our sport lovers, the footballers, the athletes. That also went a long way to motivate people. And as you can see that even a lot of people whose morals have been done in regard to sport, their morals are up.
On the social-cultural sphere, the signing of documents to return some of the stolen Benin artifacts trended.
How will it impact us as a people or the country? Tourism. This will attract everybody all over the world now to Edo State, to Nigeria. That means forex, that means job opportunity, hotels will be created.
The Igwe Festival also took center stage. The economic terrain in the outgone year also witnessed some developmental strides.
With what the state government has put together in terms of this Alawuda, the state is actually progressing and is moving forward. Some people who were idle are now engaged, so all that is as a result of this Alawuda that is going on in the state.
The modular refinery and the lighting system in Edo State, this is the first governor whatsoever in the whole country that is doing such projects. If you come out at night, you see that everywhere is lighted up.
If you see mommy water, never you run.
The year was not without monumental loss, as the passing of 2 illustrious sons of Edo, legendary music maestro Sir Victor Uwaifo and billionaire business magnate Captain Wells Idahosa Okumbo succumbed, witnessed the inflow of personalities around the world to the state.
A very famous and creative artist of whom all Nigeria is very proud, particularly the people of Benin.
It's a great loss to not only the business sector, but to the whole nation. I understand the number of people that man employs.
Expectations are high as Edo citizens pray for a better year.
For me, the high point was seeing the 40th Oba of Benin, Oba Iwaya II. Omonoba Nedo Kwa Polo Iselogbe dancing. You know, it's been a very eventful year for Edo State, but still we look forward to an exciting and rewarding 2022. You're watching Weekend Deal. It's time to take a break. We'll be back.
It's all in the air and it's all in my heart. The feeling of anticipation. Let the songs and cheering out everywhere in celebration.
Some go there fry chin, some go there fry meat, some go there cook jollof. Me, I go shop potato with decorations everywhere, making it very clear.
It's the
compliments of the season, a very Merry Christmas and a most glorious New Year from all of us in NTA.
Great to have your company, and it's such a pleasure to get all your messages from different parts of the country. Nice, please keep them coming. In the course of the program, we'll continue to share them with Nigeria, the continent, and the world. When we talk about the coal city, when we say the pride of the East, of course, you know what we're talking about Enugu. NTA Enugu is taking us down memory lane, talking about 2021.
With 2021 now fizzling to a close, it is a year plagued by environmental, social, and political impact on the citizenry. A year characterized in Enugu State as the good, the bad, and rewarding year. The bad was on August 9, 2021, when the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, declared Mondays as sit-at-home for all the southeastern states, and Enugu State was not even an exception.
Sit at home in the first place was a good intention, but along the line, it has overserved the purpose for which it was meant.
What started as a child's play grew and affected businesses drastically.
It has been so difficult.
A development that brought about self-inflicted hardship to the masses.
The effects of the sit-at-home is negative, including the loss of life, including the loss of means of livelihood. Most people now decide to sit at home, not because they want to, but they are afraid.
To say the least was how this event took a toll on the educational sector, to the point that some schools adopted Saturdays to make up for the loss of Mondays, expunged from the academic calendar.
In as much they are doing that, what about those that are Sabbatarians that can't allow their children to go to school on Saturdays? When you consider that, you find out that the syllabus for the term may not actually be completed, for those schools.
The cherry news was on the third quarter of the year when the southern Nigerian governors converged on Enugu to review the state of the nation, especially in the area of anti-open grazing laws.
The governors responded to the feelings to the pulse of the people that they are leading.
Another historical event took place on June 30th, 2021. When the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, partnered with Roche Pharmaceutical Company to seek the Enugu State government approval to revitalize the moribund state-owned agric factory, which was once upon a time abandoned. This step will help to make the economy viable, and investors will gladly key in.
We can have a fresh cashew processing plant, we can have an oil palm mill, and a plywood factory established within the premises of that place so that we can maximize the infrastructure we have there.
The most striking is the popular Abakpa T Junction, which is wearing a facelift at the moment. The inauguration of the 2.85-kilometer diversion from the Abakpa T Junction road, when completed, road users in the area will no doubt experience some ease of movement due to the closure of the major roads since the commencement of the flyover project.
We thank the Excellency for the roads he constructed for us.
No doubt, these epoch events recorded will transform Enugu State to a center of envy.
Enugu State, I believe, with these proactive actions of the government, we remain a peaceful state.
As the sun sets in 2021, we hope for a bigger and a better transformation in Enugu State come 2022.
Many thanks, Enugu. Very interesting information coming from your end. And no doubt you're looking forward to 2022 with more optimism and excitement. Well, we thought we'll get jiggy with it. 2021 was exciting. Grammy Awards in Nigeria. Speaker Box, please tell us more.
we get assignments. But you no pay attention to the intimidation she dey face. No be like water. If woman get confidence, oh, she no be woman. Woman get money, one love share money. She no be woman. If she no got him off for side, they go dey push woman aside, and eventually, oh, they go suffer woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman.
Ooh. You know how they say pour me water. Nigeria, I hail. We're killing it. Wow, entertainment, we've got it sealed. We are dope. We're internationally reputed, recognized, applauded, and awarded. 2 Grammys in 1 year. What are we talking? This year, 4. Yes, and we're doing it. We thank you for staying with us, for having fun with us, for going down memory lane with us, for building Nigeria with us. That's why I want to continue to share your messages. We thank you for sending them in. Comrade Toby Zikie from Agudama, Ekpetiama in Bayelsa State is wishing us at the NTA and indeed all Nigerians a Happy New Year. But he's a bit concerned about the Bayelsa section of the East-West Road and is urging that the NDDC, alongside with those at the helm, should hasten to complete it to ease movement for all Nigerians. Okay, my name is Terima Adagba, and he says planning to resume his music career. Perhaps he went on sabbatical, but he's saying he's enjoying watching NTA and is urging us to do more. Thank you, Terima. Apazan Emmanuel from Benue State says, Happy New Year to all Nigerians, and as long as we continue to show love to one another, we're building a vibrant, stable, and unified nation. Thank you, Apazan Emmanuel from Benue State. From Makadi, Amu John says he loves all our programs on NTA. They are entertaining, they are educative. He says, keep it up. I'll take one more message before we'll journey down another area. Joseph Boncat from Chika Phase 2 Abuja says, I love NTA so much. He said, long life and prosperity in this new year and always. Thank you, Joseph Bongat. Nice to hear from you. We thank you for your messages. There are so many more coming in, but let's continue to entertain and inform you on Weekend Deal. Now, guess where we're going? Something we all love, watch, and can learn a few lessons from. Nollywood. How was 2021? Let's see.
God's worst punishment in a person.
In retrospect, 2021 is a year of plenty lessons learned by producers and filmmakers in Nollywood, with high hopes preceding a devastating year for the industry, with events that created a new normal.
COVID came, and when COVID came, it actually slowed down the film industry in Nigeria because every actor is trying to be careful. Everybody was really skeptical. People stopped really making films. But as we started coping, understanding, we began to know how to cope. And one of the mechanisms we achieved was by reducing the crew members. People started making films with very reduced crew. Right now, one of the highest standards for any filmmaker, is like a yardstick in Nollywood right now, is to make a Netflix standard movie. Yeah, if you're lucky for your film to make it to Netflix, you should be sure of nothing less than from 20 million and above. Some people collect as much as even 500 million for films, you understand? So right now, Netflix has been able to raise the bar, the standard bar for us a little. They have a standard for the equipment you use, the camera, the sound, the kind of light you're using, even the kind of actors you use, the kind of stories you tell.
You know what you're doing is not right.
What I'm doing is not right. Yes, I know. I'm lefty, so what I'm doing is left.
The biggest box office movie in Nigeria last year, as of the last count, was Omogeto, the saga by Funke Akindele. That was massive. I mean, as of the last count, the film made about 700 million naira in box office.
Guys, I can find a woman by myself.
2021, we have a couple of events and some negativity that almost crippled the industry, like the loss of loved ones. Yeah, we can see here we lost most of our producers, actors, and one or two directors. And beside that, if we want to look at one of those things that really affected the industry last year, 2021, I would say that it's funding. Event, we always say funding. For example, now I was supposed to make a film, 2021, The Boss Lady and Abuja. This film is still there. Why? Because of funding. We try to source for fund here and there, and so nobody's giving us money. They should create a ministry for Nollywood and entertainment. They should separate it from art and culture.
The industry was also hit hard with the demise of notable actors in the likes of Sadiq Daba, who passed on the 3rd of March, Rachel Oniga on the 30th of July, Baba Suwe on the 22nd of November, Victor Olaito on the 26th of August, and the list goes on.
During the lockdown, everybody was now looking at their screen from phone to laptops and all that. So cinemas really went down completely, and that introduced a new way. And so the online platforms came alive, but the foreign platforms like the Netflix came in, and then of course they swallowed them up. So right now you see that our films, right from the production, we might take them straight to the platform, straight instead of cinema. So films have been released on the platforms in this year, and so it's new. I think one of the biggest challenges that this exposed Nigerian Nollywood is that when we now went to the world, I think that's where even the platforms begin to look down on our products in the sense that they don't price them well because of lack of capacity. People are beginning to do web series now, and they're okay with the web series and they're moving on. So I think for me as a filmmaker, 2021 has been a good year. I met the Eagle Wings, and it's one of the biggest films. I think up till now, no one has been that privileged in this country as I am for the kind of support I got from the military, especially the Air Force. And this is where I began to understand that we lack the machinery. All we want is resources. Now that we're playing at the international level, let's actually get the revenue that is accrued to this kind of content that we're creating.
Whichever idiot kidnapper that took my love, God will punish them. Anyway, I want to pay her bride price. I'm ready now.
That's her husband.
Still rated the second best in the world in terms of releases, the strength of Nollywood is on the increase with events and the new normal.
Wow, you know, it's amazing because Nollywood began from little or nothing, from scratch, and we've gained international repute. I tell you, when the likes of our big stars, Omotola Jalade, Genevieve Naji, Funke Akindele, Tony Abraham, and one of the guys, Alex Okubo, IK, Ogbonna, there are lots, Fred Leonard. When they visit other countries, I'm told that events stop to welcome them. You know, Nigerians, we don't do things small. We either come big or we go home. It has been a pleasure having your company on Weekend Deal today, celebrating entertainment, information, enlightenment, Nollywood, the Grammys, and all the great people that brought this package together excellently well with contributions from all our colleagues nationwide. Our colleagues here who work assiduously day in, day out, bringing these events to the fore to ensure that you are entertained, you are informed, and you are enlightened. We all say thank you to you, wishing you a prosperous 2022 and reminding you that it starts right with you and with the right attitude. God bless Nigeria. Go on there and have a great year. From all of us, it's bye-bye.